to feed this from the order they've sent in. The cover page.
What do you put in the cover page? The name of
cover
the
page is going to be the name of the project. It is going to be the. It is going to include the dealer. It's going to include the building loads, so the building inspector can see right off the front of the front. Just is this building what he needs? We have a couple safety issues for the crew as far as don't walk on the panels between the roof supports.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give you identification of where where the floor plan is, where the cross section is.
Mm-hmm.
The picture of the building is actually, in this case, they'll do up an elevation to give an idea of what the building looks like. And this is a pretty basic building that we would have here.
We'll have footprint also? Footprint
Yes.
of the building and sections? And
so they'll have the floor plan. They will then have, the floor plan will identify the column locations. We'll call out by letter and the chart here as far as what size footings.
Mm-hmm.
With post frame, the column actually you can go down, we actually embed the column into the ground.
Okay.
Whereas with a steel frame building or a wood stud building, you're going to build your concrete slab, a concrete stem wall, put everything on top of the grade.
Okay.
We can go either or.
Okay.
And so you get some efficiencies. If you don't need the concrete floor, you don't have to put in the concrete floor.
Yeah.
Cross section, the end section, and the cross section. And so the draftsman, which we call engineering service techs, is generating all these plans. Now this rough outline and a lot of this text is already created automatically.
Okay.
Based on the program that created the pricing that sent it to us. We generate these detail callouts,
Okay.
which then are preset, and you can match the letter
Details here.
to the detail. And so this is where so a builder that's very experienced with us can recognize that detail call out. He doesn't need to go back and find out that he needs 2 nails on the end of every board for wall girder.
It's just for the completion of documents.
Right.
But,
It's a completion. It shows the load path, and it also helps because a lot of times your general contractor will have some general contractors will keep the same building crew, same construction crew for years and years and years. Others will bring on new crews, or they'll use subcontractors to put the framing up.
Now, having these built in together, should there be any change here? Would it change the pricing or?
Depends on the range.
Okay.
For the most part, smaller buildings, the basic buildings like this, there's probably not going to be a change.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to basically be doing some tweaks in-house. Our pricing program may say to use a 2x6 Southern Yellow Pine number 2 piece of lumber.
Mm-hmm.
And if between the time this was priced, we may find a better buy on, instead of number 2, we may find a better buy on number 1 lumber. And so the draftsman will change that text line out to recognize that the building's going to have number 1 lumber instead of number 2. And this is just done in regular AutoCAD.
Okay, but there's no interaction between the changing of a piece here and its price there. If you have 2 pieces with different prices.
2 pieces with different prices, then we would go back and make a change.
Automatically or manually?
Well, what we generally do is honor a price for next so many days.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as they turn in this building on a current price book,
Mm-hmm.
then they'll be fine.
Okay.
The only time they have, if they start adding things that are outside what the computer could calculate or could figure. For instance, in this particular building, the computer would calculate the basic building, but there's a porch on here, just coming off to the sidewall. Now that's extra, and so he had to actually talked to our quote technician and got an adjustment on the price. And then they also would put together the bundle of all the parts and pieces that are going to be out there, and this tells them all the things that are on their list that's basically on the truck,
Okay.
that they need to put together the building.
Now, in all this, there is communication going back and forth. Would this be verbal or written?
Depends on the change. Many times in-house, between the techs, the engineering, shipping, manufacturing, a lot of that's going to be verbal, or we'll make the change in the computer, notify the other groups that the change has been made, and then if they haven't printed out in the shop where the actual manufacturing takes place, we don't have the computers out there, so that's where a lot of the paper gets generated. As long as they haven't printed that off yet, then the change will appear automatically for them. So it's more of a notification of we've made the change, and then the other person, we can decide, is it worth, do we need to go in and make the change with the piece of paper, print a new report.
Now, with verbal communication, there are some advantages and disadvantages, and then the other way, and then the same for written. For verbal, you have it fast. Go and do it, you do it.
Right.
And but you have memory losses, and you have disputes coming after that. You said
after the fact, you have to have some trust in the folks of when you do your verbal communication, and you also would limit it to smaller, minor details.
Okay.
If this builder had come back and said, well, I want this building to be 40 foot wide, and it was turned in as 30 foot wide.
So this is a major thing.
Now that one, we're going to say, that's great. What you need to do is submit through our electronic system a change order.
You have a form for that?
There's a change order form where it's electronic again, and so therefore it will come in tied to the original project, so we know that it was done with that project. The key is to identify, we identify the projects first by the quote that the builder did, and then by the project number. And if we don't keep track of that project number or that quote number, we have 20, 30 projects all going on at once. Mm-hmm. And so this way, when it comes in electronically, it's paired with that quote number. We know for sure which one that's at, because the same builder may have 4 or 5 different buildings that are all going through the system.